Hello and welcome back to Shuffle. The only story that just says heaven and hell coexist with each other only because they have daughters. Go figure. It's finals time. You know what that means? Something. July 5th, Monday. The morning of the first day of final exams, the classroom was packed with both tragedy and comedy. Heaven and hell. Each student's individual knowledge split the room. If you failed, you would have to give up a summer of paradise. That's how you're going to greet me this morning? No, Itsuki, I feel real confident. I'm going to call my best friend in to deal with you. Mayumi, did you hear what he just said? Will you set him straight? Sorry. That's right. You had to be very careful when talking to others during this time. Unfortunately, Mayumi's knowledge consists of trivial things only. She even boasted about how she'd rather memorize today's price of gold than memorize some obscure formula. In any case, we should all sit back down to our own vain struggles. During exams, the seating arrangement changed, and we had to sit in roll call order. My seat was basically in the center, a set seat with no particular advantages or disadvantages. I flipped through the notebooks and textbooks I pulled from my bag. And the more I look at it, the more it seems like each formula, vocabulary, term, and table is disappearing from memory, one after the other. That's when I just closed my notebook. Today's exam is going to be a rough one, I can feel it. I wondered how the other students felt about it. When I looked around the classroom, Kaede was flipping through her notes and reviewing for the exam one last time. She didn't look at all that stressed out in particular. She looked just as confident as expected. How about Nene? Our eyes met. Nene smiled at me and her cheeks turned red. Oh yeah, Nene was on the honors student team too. Ugh! Am I the only one who looks hopeless? Do I have any hope in this situation? I lamented as if I was going to cry tears of blood. Then somebody poked me in the shoulder. That face. Shia? You've already resigned yourself to that?! You're allowed up to 3 failing marks. Certainly not impossible. You can't give up hope just yet. Okay, so she's a dummy. Okay. That definitely has to be a blow to her image as a princess of the god realm.
この日ばかりは兄ちゃんが恨めしいっす。
Why? A god defeated.
よーし、全員素直に死刑台登れ。記憶以外はちゃんとしまえよ。
Ma'am?
青春を犯罪なんていう名前の暗い影で怪我すんじゃないぞ。
Okay. What? I didn't have a chance to do a final review after all!
最終ストレート全速走行中にハンドル切り損ねてリタイアってところかな。
I don't know what that meant, Itsuki, but yeah, I felt like that. Be quiet. I hated most of all the fact that he felt the need to come over just to tell me something so ridiculous and unnecessary. It was time to just give up. I need a miracle to happen. Please. A miracle did happen. Level up! Oh, sorry. I felt extremely confident about the exams that were just being collected and wanted to thank God, but I stopped short of going that far. In any case, when I compared the answers, I remembered writing down with the textbook I got an awfully high percentage of correct answers. I might have survived. I mentally did a triumph pose. When the last time I felt such a sense of accomplishment? When was the last time I felt such a sense of accomplishment?
どうしたんだいリン。
What?
教科書なんか睨みつけて。呪いをかけるならせめて先生方の集合写真にしといた方がいいと思うけどね。
I could, but where would be the fun in that?
個人的にはリンの写真を牛水時に五寸釘で叩きたいところかな。
I bet you do. Strange. I'm confident I've never done anything that would make anyone want to curse me.
本気で言ってるんだとしたら、もう一度人生をやり直して、その厳しさを見直してきた方がいいね。手伝うよ。
No.
まずは幼馴染の選び方かな。
I bet you would. I won't deny the happiness, but I must point out that I've endured through suffering that could rival it. I mean, think about the bodyguards.
楓ちゃん一人に勝る苦痛なし。
Well, okay. I kinda had to agree with him.
それで誰かを八つ当たりで自殺しようとするほどまでに厳しいらしい。リンの現実はどうだったんだい？
Sorry to break it to you, but my reality is on the very pleasant side right now. I can see the luminous moon shining in the dark night.
リン、気持ちはわからなくもないけれど、無理に自分を追い込まない方がいい。認めることで楽になれる罪だってあるんだから。
Sir, you count up your sins. Oh, so my exam scores were a sin now? No, I actually think I did very well on that exam. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I did better than you. As soon as I said that, I thought I saw a spark in Itsuki's narrow eyes.
へえ、なかなか面白い発言だね。なんなら勝負するかい？
Sir, are you out your mind? Really? Are you sure about that? Reality isn't as sweet as your delusions, you know.
リンがそこまで自信を持つっていうのは珍しいね。俺様のいつもの点数を忘れたわけじゃないだろうに。
Usual marks. Are you familiar with the term giant killer? You know, like in a great sports upset, champions are all defeated eventually. Your time as champion is about to end.
こぼれたミルクは瓶に戻せない。その言葉、後悔しないように。
Same to you. witness how my legend unfolds. A wonderful, intellectual, but ominous laugh was emitted from Itsuki and me. It would cause nightmares for children. Two young wolves were about to face off in a battle. Stay tuned for the results. To be continued. What?
誰か古典の先生に呪いかけて試験なくして。
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have that power. Well, someone's situation was still dire. Next day! Oh, wait, later on. Who could that be? I put down my magazine and stood up when I unexpectedly heard the doorbell ring. Kaede was out grocery shopping and therefore not at home. That meant it was my inevitable responsibility to get the door. Hello? Who is it? The sound that pierced through my eardrums was so loud it could have shattered the world itself. The impact was so far-reaching that it vanished all the sounds of the world and even banished all color from my vision.
Lindoro! Lindoro! Lindoro!
I can hear you, so will you tone it down a bit?
おっと、すまねえな。柄にもなくつい興奮しちまった。
You're certainly out of character, yes. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was totally spot on with your character. While the world continued to spin around me, I thought I saw a flower garden in the distance. So what do I owe this visit?
そうだ、リンダロ。試験で赤点とかいうのを取ったら、夏の休みが丸ごとなくなるってのは本当か？なんでも補習とかいう儀式に連れて行かれて毎日学校に閉じ込められるらしいじゃねえか。
Yeah, it's called summer school. I only did it once. And that was to play catch up with everything else. It did me a world of good. Well, there are supplementary lessons you have to take, yeah.
やっぱり本当なんだろう。
Yeah. One of his arms seized me by the neck. Sir, I'm sorry, but I can't.
せっかくこの休みを視野と海行ったり視野と山に行ったり視野と高原行ったり視野とキャンプ行ったりして家族の団らんを図ろうと思っていたのに。いけ、このままじゃ家族の危機だ。角中上は今から親族最強特殊部隊を召喚して学園ごと全世界から消滅。
What? Sir, come on now!
血相変えてリン君の家に向かって行ったって言うからもしやと思って来てみれば。
Could you please get him off my neck, please?
いやな、だから椅子はやめねえか。
Hey, go!
これくらいじゃないと効果ないんだもん。
Oh, chair shots on the back. She brought her own chair from the house.
リン君、大丈夫ですか？
I'll be fine. I thought I was about to cross the river if you catch my drift. She lovingly took care of me as I fought to regain my breath after being released from that ridiculous grip.
お父さん、リン君を殺すつもり？
いや、すまねえな、リンドロ。つい帰っちまった。
Overcome! What a time to be alive.
だがな、シア。これは間違いなく俺らへの挑戦だぞ。俺ら家族をバラバラにしようなんざ不定連中、生かしておいてもゴミにもならねえだろう。
Yes, blame the school. Yes.
だから大丈夫です。バーベナ学園はその辺かな なり緩くて赤剣は3つまでなら許してもらえるんだから。3つだったら多分ギリギリなんとかなるから。
Keyword barely. Barely.
英語と歴史系はどうしてもダメだったりして。
Clearly, she is the dummy of the group. Okay, wonderful. This right here explains it. Mm-hmm.
そんなに苦しい思いをしてまで正面から戦いを挑もうた。さすがは俺の娘じゃねえか。涙が止まってくるねぜ。
Cher, could you please chair shot his ass one more time, please? Just for the sake of sanity, could you please chair shot him? Cher, shoot him!
いいだろう。俺はシアのために何をしてやったらいい？
Nothing. Pray? I guess?
祈るだけで解決すんなら神様なんかいらんだろうが。
This feels so weird right now because, from what I'm saying, you're the king of gods and you don't believe in prayer. This is an oxymoron. He himself is an oxymoron. And I don't mean the term, I mean he is an oxymoron. Are you really going to deny your own existence, sir?
大丈夫。こっちのことはこっちで何とかしますから。お父さんは早く帰って。
しかしだな。
You heard her. Do you want a chair shot to the face again?
帰りましょう。
Damn it! I spoke too soon. I get a chair shot anyway. I see who runs this house.
わかりました。
Yes, please.
リー君ごめんなさい。いつもながらお父さんがご迷惑をおかけしました。
It's okay. It's okay. It's good. No. I'm fine. After Shia merciless blow, the old god king obediently returned home with a chair shot to the face. If Shia had to take supplementary lessons, the school would probably vanish. Later that day, we have math and world history tomorrow. They're both at-risk subjects for me. I flipped through the textbook and checked for what was supposed to be on the test. Ugh. There's a lot more than I thought. Sidebar, when I took summer school classes, it was just for math. Because I sucked at algebra. Yes, algebra almost held me back. That was one of those proficiency tests. Class of 97. I hated you so bad. I don't have nearly enough time to memorize all of this. This wasn't looking good. A dark cloud of resignation settled over my heart. But I knew if I didn't study now, that would be the end of it all. Is there a satisfactory reason for me to temporarily escape from studying? I pretended not to realize that the act of thinking of a reason is already an escape from studying.
リン君、いいですか？
I'm decent. I felt safe when I heard her voice through the door and took my eyes off the textbook. That you, Kaede? Sure, come in.
飲み物作ってきましたけど、いかがですか？
Great timing, Kaede. I love you from the bottom of my heart.
ありがとうございます。
As Kaede's face turned red, she placed the cup from the tray on my desk. The ice cubes bobbed enticingly in the perfectly chilled amber tea. Kaede, you don't have to study?
いいというわけじゃないですけど、明日の英語と物理はどちらも得意科目ですから、ちょっぴり余裕があるんです。
Of course.
だったら、リン君のお手伝いをした方が、私にとっては有意義ですから。
It sure felt that way. Rub my glasses, clean them. Just a teeny bit. I use them for reading, so I'd say it's true. You're really good at English and physics. English and physics! I rushed to get my school bag and pulled out the exam schedule. Kaede,
はい。
it's math and world history tomorrow. I showed her the paper, where it definitely listed the subjects math and world history for the next day. English and physics are on the day after tomorrow. Correct me if I'm wrong, but world history and math aren't exactly your best subjects, are they?
私、
Well, it's an understandable mistake when you prioritize other needs before your own. Don't mind me, you should go back to your room to review.
ごめんなさい。
Kaede went back to her room in a great rush. Why is she such a klutz when it comes to herself? Next day! That was perfect. If you didn't hear that, that was the rooster going off and said, cock-a-doodle-doo. That was perfect. If I don't hurry, I don't have time to review the textbook. Being nervous makes you need to go to the restroom. I'm wearing glasses and all, so I'm flubbing up my words. Go figure. I have felt this way before. Being nervous makes you need to go to the restroom. That fully explained the situation just now. School. Ugh. A labyrinth called school. After leaving the unusually crowded bathroom, I hurried back to the classroom. Break ended and there were only 2 minutes until the next exam. Wasn't a stretch to think I could get a higher mark by cramming right then. My concentration had been activated since yesterday's all-nighter.
あら、りんちゃん。
But on the way, I turned back when somebody suddenly called my name. Ah! Asa-senpai! Garea-senpai! What's going on?
どうしたも何も飲み物を買いに行ってきただけよ。
You don't seem too worried. I wouldn't even go into the bathroom if I didn't need to. There's not enough time.
朝ちゃんは魔法学は最初から捨てていらっしゃいますから。
Garea-senpai happily informed me of this as she read my face when I tried remembering how good Asa-senpai's marks were. I see, your next exam's on magic. Asa-senpai, your aversion to magic is hardcore. You really have absolutely no intention of studying it at all. I gave her a wide grin, to which Asa-senpai responded with a grimace.
いいの。僕は人間なんだから魔法なんて覚えなくても。彼は先に行ってるからね。
She stomped up the stairs, not even trying to hide her bad mood. She gets in a bad mood even if I mention it. It's beyond hardcore. You think magic kicked her puppy or something. Asa-senpai hated magic. I had no idea why. If I tried to ask, she only ever got into a bad mood and never told me the reason. The reason why. Her hate was fathomless to the point where it felt like there had to be a story behind it. Karaga-senpai waved her hand to dismiss my comment.
朝ちゃん、本当に魔法がお嫌いですから。
Yes, we see that.
魔法学の時間なんていつもお昼寝されてるんですよ。
She still gets credit for that.
そこが朝ちゃんのすごいところですわ。あれほど嫌ってらっしゃいますのに、いつも寸前で赤い点数は回避してるんです。
If you're not Harry Potter, yeah, you would hate magic too. If you don't go to Lunar and go to the magic city of Vane, you'd hate magic too. Because they would basically throw you in the cave of trial. You basically have to fight and prove yourself that you too can use magic, and therefore, if you don't know how to use magic, you are excellent. Yes, you are excellent. That seems like she's mastered the ultimate technique. That said, I guess since you're a god, but you seem pretty calm about the magic now.
こればかりはさすがに人族の皆さんには申し訳ありません。
Yes, about those stats on intelligence, yeah. Well, I guess you guys still get tested on history and languages, so that's probably evens it out. But Kariya-senpai, weren't you good at those subjects too?
得意というほどでもありませんけれど、もう10年近くも人間界に住んでいますから。
Plus, she was brilliant at home ec. And she was unexpectedly good at PE. You no weakness. Another perfect ultimate superwoman existed besides Kaede.
でも、兄さんはお得意なんですか？魔法学。
To be honest, I struggle with it.
そうなんですか？その割には随分と余裕がおありのようですけれど。
No, I'm not. Oh, we're not getting tested on magic today. Huh. Wait a minute. Me. Could I afford the chat if it wasn't magic? Was there no need for me to review physics? Oh crap! When I checked my watch, the break was practically over. Excuse me, Kariya-senpai. I need to suffer through my last-minute vain struggle.
はい、頑張ってくださいませ。お引き止めして申し訳ありませんでしたわ。
Even her ever-so-healing smile did nothing to soothe my mental state. I could only hope that there were a couple minutes, even seconds, for me to review. But my prayer went unanswered and the bell rang. This world was too cruel. July 8th. My hard work last night was shattered by the unfeeling ringing of the bell. As a result, I turned in my exam a third blank. It was the same devastation felt when two lovers were forced to part. Anyway, I think I avoided getting a failing mark, but I had no doubt it was going to bring down my grade point average significantly. I survived by a 2.57. Had not for some BS in the school system, I would have gotten out of it. Wait, no, I didn't. No. My grade point average was 3.25. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was 3.25, not 2.5. No, it could have been a 2.5 had not been for some BS that happened in computer science. I could have graduated with full mark honors. And it would have screwed me down to a 2.5. Oh well, as long as I didn't fail. You and me both, Rin. You and me both. Today's exam were done. I prostrated myself on the desk, completely having used up all my energy.
リン様、大丈夫ですか？
Aaron came over with a worried look on her face. If only I had two choices, then I'm not okay. I wailed as if I was going to die, still draped over the desk. Aaron, you seem to be pretty confident. She looked terrified during the English exam.
語学系は得意なんです。
Oh, so you're saying math, science, physics, and history are all language related?
体育は苦手ですから。
Okay.
あと、家庭科も。
Oh. She sounded very serious when she mentioned the latter. But there were no exams in PE or home economics at Verbena Academy.
とりあえず、試験も明日でおしまいですから、リン様もあと1日、無理をせず頑張ってくださいね。
You too, dear, you too. Well, seemed like I at least escaped the supplementary lessons. As always, it was hard to maintain that final defense line. God, I can relate.
おめでとうございます。でしたら、夏休みは皆さんでどこか遊びに行きたいですね。
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Seems like everybody else is safe from extra lessons too.
英語ダメっぽい。
Yeah. Where should we go? Seems like everybody else is safe from extra lessons too.
そうですね。大丈夫ですよね。楓、明日の山教えて。イカも高いの確定しちゃった。
There's always next summer.
はい。
Was the scholastic battlefield supposed to be this tragic? The next day!
よし、全員筆記用具を置いて、回答用紙を前へと送れ。
Uh-huh. The bell rang, informing us of the end, which her order only confirmed. Was it the glorious bell that welcomed us into the fluffy clouds of heaven, or the iron hammer that sentenced us to the bottommost pits of hell? We'd used up all the time we had been given, and now we could only await divine judgment. But that's right! We were finally released!
終わった。
Mayumi broke the tension with her exclamation, and sounds of relief spread throughout the classroom. As somehow or another, the first term's peak point, the final examinations given right before summer, had passed.
リン様、いかがでした？
Well, I'd say my results were basically around average. But at least I won't need to take supplementary lessons. Do I even need to ask how you did, Nene?
すみません。
No, there's no need to apologize.
でも、やっぱりいくつか厳しいものもありました。90点台にいけそうにもないのが2教科ほど。
You're out of this world.
でも、せっかくの夏休みですし、できれば他の皆さんとも一緒に遊べたらいいですよね。
I have to agree with that. For sure. In any case, the Verbena summer campaign is over now. Let's go have some fun somewhere! And the next day. Strangely, I couldn't move. My whole body felt lethargic and cold. I was all spaced out and couldn't put thoughts together. I've been through that. It's called depression. Heavy set depression. If you've never had heavy set depression to where you basically just like your body just nopes you right out and you're just like for more than like say a few hours you're noped the hell out. Yep, that's what it is to some people, but I call it full blown. Like, full-blown nope. I wonder if Kaede would come wake me up or soon. I couldn't just lay there forever. I heard a knock at the door. The door opened and a girl was standing there.
Lin-kun, もう朝ですよ。
That you, Kaede?
はい、そろそろ起きないと遅刻しちゃいます。
Ah, that's not good. Can't be late.
はい、まずいですから起きちゃって。リン君、どうかしましたか？顔赤いですけど、それに呼吸もなんだか早いみたいで。
Oh,
まさか。
Excuse me. Kaede placed her palm on my forehead. It felt nice and cool. A moment of silence, followed by Kaide's scream shook the foundation of the Fuyo residence.
氷枕持ってきました。
That, you know, when you work so hard, you're depressed, it turns into sickness. That's what happened. Sickness. Sorry, Kaede. Thanks so much for your help. Though my mind was all hazy, I was able to lift my head up for a moment. Without the slightest delay, she put the ice pack beneath it. The cold felt really soothing.
体温どうですか？
Pulled the thermometer out of my armpit and checked it. I know it. It's not bad enough to really worry about it.
そうですか。
Kaede made a relieved face as she took the thermometer from me. Then she checked it for herself.
38度6。十分すぎるほどに重病です。
Heh. No, it was normal fever. I just had caught a cold.
やっぱり救急車とか呼んだ方が。
You don't need to do that, sweet. No, this is just a summer cold. Oh, summer cold. Oh, summer colds suck. Don't blow things out of proportion.
そんなことありません。風邪は難病のもと、特効薬を作ったらノーベル賞がもらえるくらいの難病なんです。実際に風邪を甘く見て死んだ人だって大勢いるんですよ。もしリン君が死んじゃったりしたら、私。
Dear, I'm only sick. And tired. And tired and sick. Sick, tired, and sick. I'm not gonna die. It's not that bad, so stop crying, please.
絶対ですよ。本当の本当にですからね。
Yeah, I promise. After I made that clear, Kaede finally calmed down.
でも大丈夫ですか？リン君すごく苦しそうです。
Kaede stared at me with a sincerely worried expression.
私、 今日は学園休みますから。
I'm really fine. It's just a fever. It'll go if I get some rest.
でも
When you collapse from a fever, you made me go to school, remember? Well, our situations are reversed now. Go to school. Relax, I won't push myself. I won't go out or anything. I'll stay right here and rest.
本当ですか？
Even if I wanted to go out, my body wouldn't let me. I tried to smile, but my face muscles wouldn't even move. It definitely seemed worse than an ordinary cold.
リン、苦しい。
Yes, Ribu, I'm sick. Prim stood quietly beside me, peering into my face. Yeah, I feel better.
私が見てる。リムちゃん？私がリンのこと看病してる。
No. I tried to say fine, but I couldn't finish my sentence after seeing Primrose' face. She was expressionless, yet somewhere in that look was a hint of sadness. Oh, I see. You'll take care of me, huh?
そうですね。リムちゃんが見ててくれるんでしたら。
Kaede and I looked at each other and smiled.
それじゃあリムちゃん、お願いしますね。リンくんがちゃんと寝てるように見張っていてください。
Where am I gonna go if I'm sick? Normally, when I get sick, I bomb the hell out of whatever's in my system on day one. And man, when it does, like, okay, it takes 3 days for all of that to work. Because most times I'm just gonna be like, I'm just basically going to get some sleep. If I'm like really, truly sick, it's gonna be the head. If it gets worse, it's like from a headache to a stopped up nose and then a nasty cough. It's usually gonna be the nose. That's how it usually starts. Starts from the nose. Anywhere else is like, okay, like roll of dice. It's like this. Just like that.
大丈夫。
After explaining to Primla how to care for me, Kaede left the house with barely enough time to make it to school before the bell. The mechanical ticking of the clock reverberated throughout the small room. Primla and I were alone together with 2 stuffed cats. There wasn't anything in particular to talk about. The time just silently passed by.
じー。
She brought a chair next to my bed and motionlessly watched over me. I thought that she might be bored, but realized that there was nothing to worry about when I saw that she had Shirotama and Kurotama over. But still, how many years had it been since I last had a cold like this? I always prided myself on my top-notch immune system. Me too! I almost never got sick. I wasn't used to feeling this way, which made it extra stressful. I felt like my body needed oxygen. I felt like I was suffocating. I took a deep breath.
リン、苦しい。
Seeing me like that, Primla leaned forward a bit. I'm fine. It was just a little hard to breathe.
リン、欲しいものある？
I tried to smile, but apparently whatever face I made didn't look like mine. Primla just kept looking at me without an expression. No, not that I can think of. I'm just glad you're here, Primla. Keeps things from getting lonely. A lot of people get faint of heart spending time by themselves when they're sick. I was glad I had someone to be with me. Just knowing that I wasn't alone helped me relax and sleep.
私、ずっといる。白玉黒玉も一緒。
Primula's thoughtfulness made me genuinely happy. Even though she didn't express it with her face, I really felt her kindness. Primula, you're such a good friend. I should get sick more often so I could have you take care of me.
病気は辛いから。だからダメ。
I meant what I said, and it made Primula blush a bit. Though she was usually expressionless, I saw a flash of emotion on her face. Whatever that emotion was, she felt it so strongly that it appeared on her face. That alone helped me feel better.
リン、汗すごい。
Primula gently wiped my forehead with a towel.
震えてる。
Even though I had nearly enough blankets to cook me, I still felt cold. It was possible that my temperature was higher than it had been that morning. I could feel my body shivering.
寒いのはダメ。寒いなら、私が一緒に眠る。
Oh dear. Hey now, girl like you shouldn't just casually say stuff like that. Besides, you catch my cold.
平気。前に一緒に眠った時、とってもあったかかった。リンもきっと暖かくなる。
Okay, quick question. Are you gonna take off your clothes when you do that? Or are you just gonna stay like that? Please say you're gonna stay like that. Primula said, putting her hand on my bed. Primula said, putting her hand in my bed. No, you're thinking about when you sleep with Nene, right? You're gonna catch what I've got.
ダメ。楓が言ってた。病人は黙って面倒を見られる義務があるって。だから、これもリンの義務。
I am.
面倒を見られて、早く治す。
Fine, get a turbo back. It was unlike Primula to speak so strongly. She forced herself into bed with me and hugged my body tight. Primula!
リン、早く治す。
Primula stared at me in the face. I saw a glimmer of uncertainty in her eyes and was at a loss for words.
もう、いなくなるの、嫌。お願いだから、早く元気に。
Her tone sounded indifferent, but I could tell she really meant it. Okay, I will. I had no idea what had happened to Primula when she was in that research center as a clone. What it had done to her. Well, if taking care of me would help relieve her anxiety in any way, then I was happy to oblige. Primula's body was warm and soft, but more than that, she smelled amazing. I closed my eyes, quietly lying there until I fell asleep. I figured that if I could sleep, that would bring down my fever a bit, and reassure Primula. Time passes. When I opened my eyes, the sun had completely gone down. I've actually done that once. Well, actually, twice. I did that when I was in Japan. I was so tired that I basically just slept. Slept for a full 8 hours. And then... And then when I got back, I was in a depression state in which I pretty much did the same thing. Except that when I went to sleep, it was like around, let's say, 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. And I guess what happened was I found myself depressed to the point in which I basically slept the whole day away, and I got up around 5, borderline 6 p.m. that day. Go figure. And that's when Mom was still alive. Primula was still next to me. When did you change your clothes?
リンが寝てる間、朝まで一緒に眠る。
No, I'm feeling much better now. Actually, I'm totally fine. You don't have to sleep with me all night.
病気は治りかけが大事だって楓も言ってた。だから看病する。
Yeah, she's not wrong, but...
楓も後で来るから。
Wait a second.
リン、安心して早く治す。
Primula gave me the same look she had earlier. Okay. I guess being sick had made me weak-willed. At least that's what I told myself. The next day! As I headed to meet Itsuki, I heard a familiar low voice calling my name.
Oh, Lindoじゃねえか.
The king of the gods. Wow, it's really running to you in a place like this. I turned around and there he was in his kimono, hands filled with shopping bags.
何? たまには家族の手伝いくらいしねえとな。頑張りすぎる娘のためにこうして荷物持ちに来てるってわけよ。ナンパとかいう女を食い物にしてるような連中もいるらしいしな。
He had a point. She was walking alone. Was just asking for the shady guys to approach her. Well, just don't murder anyone.
安心してくんな。見ての通り、俺は平和主義で名を馳せてんだ。
Sir, we need you in Undertale. I wonder if anyone told the pacifist that. If you're out shopping together, where's Shia?
おう、今日はこの先の肉屋が安いらしくてな。並びに行ってるところよ。と、ちょうど戻ってきたみてえだな。
すいません、それがいるんで。
またまた、店の中でずっと見てたけど、そんなのどこにもいなかったじゃん。悪いようにはしないからさ、俺らとどう？海の方まで夜景見に行くなんていいんじゃないかな。
本当に連れがいるので。
いや、本当にいるんだとしてもさ、君みたいな子、こんなに長い間一人っきりにしとくやつだろ。捨てちゃえ、捨てちゃえ。そうそう、どっか遊びに行こうぜ。
Stuck between two overly persistent guys, Shia walked towards us, shopping bags in hand.
おお、なかなかどうして捨てたもんじゃねえかな。今時ここまで勇気がある奴らがいるとはな。
I'm a pacifist by nature, he says. A suspicious glint lit up in his eyes. Hearing the way he relished his words, I pray for those two guys to find peace in the afterlife. Not that praying is of much use. I know I said this already, but please, at least let them live.
俺たちすんげえうまいレストラン知ってんだけどさ。
もちろんおごるよ。だからさ、俺たちと。
That look on his face.
さて、ちょっくら語り合ってくるとすっか。
A little chat, he says. With your fists.
荷物、ちと頼むぜ。
Oh dear. With a slight smile, cracking his knuckles, he headed off to battle. Guess I'll call an ambulance now. You know what? I'm stopping. No, I'm stopping. I'm stopping right here. Next part. The exam results. And we will never know what happened to those two bodies that were flung into God knows where. More shuffle right after this.